Good evening, good afternoon, everyone, depending on where you are. Hope you're doing very well today. Thanks to the organizers of Blue Innova Tech for inviting me to come and speak briefly about Superfluid and a little bit about myself. So without wasting too much time, I will start with a quote. I was asked to share some quotes that so this is one of the ones that I like. It says most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but underestimate what they can do in 10 years. And I think I find this quote quite inspiring because it shows that sometimes working on something might take a long time, but if you are able to persist and stay committed, the results overwhelm you and exceed your expectations. All right, so I'm Timothy. For those that do not know me, I was born in Ghana, attended Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, Legon. And then my hobbies today currently are playing with my son, and I have a playing son. Also watching or playing football. And then of late, I also like going to work and listening to various podcasts while I'm playing. All right, so I've always been very passionate about science, maths, engineering, mathematics, tech, education actually. And while at Tech, I got the opportunity to participate in the Science and Math quiz, and we won that year. And I'm also a member of and the president of the Science and Math Science Club. After college, after high school, and after high school in Ghana, I got a scholarship to study in the US at Harvard, where I studied electrical engineering and computer science. And then later on, after working for a bit, I went back to school and I got an MPhil in engineering for sustainable development. And the first startup experience was actually with another fellow that year called Victor Adachi, and he had started an education technology company, and I joined him as CTO. That was way back in 2011. All right. Now my interest in sort of science, math over the years evolved into interest in other kinds of technology, and then also international development. And for me, really, the opportunity to contribute to development in Africa by emerging markets across a variety of topics using technology was very inspiring for me because I view technology as a way to scale impact, a way to do good to many people at scale, in a way that might be called even despite your best intention as an individual, how many people you could help as an individual. So I've always been very passionate about technology, development, and yeah, this has led me to, this is reflected in my career in international development consulting. Dalberg worked in technology as a research scientist at IBM, Kenya. And then currently, what I do now, my day job is being the CEO of Superfluid, which is a data analytics company that I co-founded in 2000. Now, Superfluid currently operational in 3 countries. So we have team members in Ghana, Kenya, and Germany. Our business, if I may summarize it, is that we help businesses, so we are B2B, we help businesses make intelligent customer decisions. And I'll explain a little bit what this means as we go along. So today you may all know about data science, analytics, AI, you must have heard about this. And this is really the must-have capability for today's competitive company. Any company that wants to thrive in this 21st century would have, and is serving consumers at scale, would have to really master that AI. That is really going to be the secret weapon. And all the companies that are really thriving, doing very well despite the effects of COVID, many of them are able to collaborate timely insights to understand justify their customer needs. However, there's a problem. The problem is that today it is mostly very large technology companies, well-resourced companies, mostly developed markets that have the resources, have the talent, have the technology, have the money to really invest in cutting-edge data analytics and AI. And many small businesses around the world who we know are the largest employers of most people in most economies. SMEs are the largest employers of most people. Startups and the fastest, one of the most important engines of growth, do not have access to these capabilities, right? So our goal at Superfluid Lab is to help businesses turn their data into a superpower so that they really become heroes for their customers. And by doing so, they can unlock profitable growth in their business. Now, how do we do this? So we've built a platform that enables various stakeholders within a business to make intelligent customer decisions. And we have served customers across financial services, clean energy, agriculture, retail, and some technology startups. And these are just a few examples of some of the companies, startups that we've worked with across Africa, from East Africa to West Africa. And maybe you might recognize one or two logos on this slide. But the reason for our choice of sort of these industries is really any business that is interfacing with lots of consumers has the opportunity to use customer insights, intelligent decisions to really scale their business. And the reason is that every business at the end of the day has the same fundamental needs. And those needs are, they want to understand their customers better. They want to intelligently, efficiently acquire more customers who are a good fit for whatever you are selling or you're offering. They also want to score customers in order to recommend different products for them. So in the case of, let's say, a financial institution or a lender, scoring customers would be deciding how much credit or loan you want to lend to them, right? But many other businesses make similar decisions, as in, for example, Netflix will score you and decide what movie to recommend in your feed because you are likely to watch that. Or e-commerce platforms like Amazon or Jumia would analyze your browsing habits and other customers and score you in order to recommend a product that you are likely to buy as well if you bought something else. The other two issues or needs that businesses have to do with, once you've acquired customers and they're doing well, you don't want the customers to leave to a competitor. So businesses also want to retain their customers, be aware if their customers are becoming dormant, they can do something about it. And last but not the least, also cross-sell other services or other products that you may have. If a customer is already patronizing your services in one way, you can cross-sell or offer them other things. So Superfluid has built and continues to build a platform that seeks to provide in a very convenient, user-friendly interface the capabilities that allow businesses to understand, acquire, score, retain, or upsell their services to their customers. And behind the scenes, we are using very advanced data analytics and AI technologies to achieve this. So we are doing business intelligence, credit scoring, customer segmentation, recommendation engines, etc. But the idea is that as a small business owner or as a business stakeholder, it could even be a large company, you don't care about the underlying technology. You don't want to bother yourself to learn that. What you care about is, what is the outcome that this platform can help me achieve? How can it help me grow my business and be more profitable, be more successful? And that's what we are focused on. So, like I mentioned, we built a platform that allows a business to connect their data. It could be data that is in a database, data that is in a file, an Excel file or CSV that they can just upload to the platform. And our platform would allow them to obtain, in a semi-automated way, immediate insights on their customers, the customers' habits, their patterns, growth rates, and also some recommendations for what the business can do in order to be more successful, whether that is growing at a faster rate or identifying customers that are dormant or churning so that the business can do something about it. So in terms of our business model, this has evolved over the years. So when we started, we were almost exclusively data science and analytics consulting firm. So the initial customers were mostly larger customers who were both willing and able to pay for a team of data scientists or data analysts to work with their data and help them solve some problem. Okay. Now over the years, we built out our platform to a point of maturity where now we can also offer it on a subscription basis. So you can subscribe for different capabilities on the platform, pay a modest fee every month, which is high value for you because it is allowing you to supercharge the growth of your business. Now in the future, we look to go even further beyond the subscription model where you are paying a fixed fee every month to a model where maybe as a business you actually want to pay just for a specific outcome or a specific score, a specific insight. And we believe that this last scaling phase would make the business model much more accessible to many businesses, regardless of the budget. You can come in, plug in your data, use the platform a little bit, score a specific customer. If today you only have 100 customers when you're starting as a startup, it's not a problem, you can get started. If you're also a large bank or a large company, you can also use the capabilities that are available on the platform. So this is an example of our pricing tiers that we offer on the subscription model. So we have on demand where an individual that wants to use the platform on a one-time basis can just come, sign up, upload their data, work with it, obtain some insights, and then leave. That's it. They don't need to make a commitment to paying a fixed amount every month. It's a one-time usage or on demand. And then there's another tier, which is the starter tier, where you upload your data similar to the on-demand, but here there's data retention, which means that every you can come back another time, next month, your data will be there, you can work with it, you can continuously build on it, whatever you've done previously will be saved and accessible to you. And then we also have the standard tier, which has some additional services and capabilities. So over the years, we've built out certain insights. We've identified certain insights, reports, analysis that are very essential for many business segments that we have experience with, whether it is e-commerce, fintech, agri-tech, solar people. So the idea is that as a business, you can just connect onto our platform and in a very short period of time, even if you don't have the expertise in-house or you don't have the engineers yourself, you can obtain relevant insights on how to grow your business and how to understand your customers better. And if you need additional support around data cleaning, data preparation, which is often a challenge that many businesses have, where they don't, because the data is not perfect, they don't even know where to start. But we can also provide support in that regard. And then we also have the enterprise tier, where there's additional customizations available, integration with third-party data services, Google Analytics, MailChimp, SMS platforms, email platforms, Then you can also customize our platform with your brand, logo, color scheme, so almost like a white label instance of the platform. All right, so in terms of our current needs, I'll conclude around here. What we want, or what would be most helpful for our business today is getting more customers. So if either through your networks or or your organizations where you work, you see an opportunity where data could make a difference in how you understand your customers, you acquire new customers, you score your customers for different products or services, you retain your most valuable customers once you know who your most valuable customers are, and you can also upsell or cross-sell services to your business. If you see these opportunities at your workplace or within your networks, we will be very pleased to receive referrals of potential customers. Additionally, on use cases or other opportunities that the audience sees for data analytics or AI making a difference in terms of improving customer decisions for businesses. Also, business development strategies. So, suggestions around how we can scale our business development efforts, how we can create more visibility for what we've built, how we can acquire customers, whether large or small, in a very efficient manner. Those are welcome. And then last but not the least, also investment. So we were bootstrapped for the first few years of the business. In the last couple of years, we've actually raised a seed round from a few micro VCs and early stage investment funds. And in order to supercharge our growth and accelerate the huge market opportunity that we see ahead of us, we are looking to raise additional funding in the form of a Series A investment. So here too, if through your networks or individuals that may be interested, organizations that may be interested, or be a good fit for us, we'll be happy to have a conversation as well. At this point, I'll be happy to transition to a demo of the platform, and then afterwards we can do Q&A. So, if you can, so Superfluid has, like I mentioned, we built a platform, but in fact it's two separate platforms that we've built. So we have a platform that is geared more towards sort of data scientists, data analysts, people that want to build machine learning models themselves. They know what they're doing, or they have some statistics background. That's what this platform is about. It's called SuperML. And maybe at a future date, I'll be happy to give a demo of this platform as well. But for today, I wanted to demo this first platform, which we call SuperScore. And this platform is focused on non-data scientists. So all the rest of us, everyone else who is a regular user, you want to quickly obtain insights on your customers, on your business, but you don't necessarily want to code or write any programming code, or you don't know how to do it, and it's totally fine. So the idea here is that as a business owner, as an employee within an organization, as an individual analyst, you can connect or upload your data, and the platform will help you obtain insights on that data. So the way the process works is that once you've gone to the website, so our website is superfluid.io. Once you've gone to the website, created an account, and you log in, the first page you'll be presented with is a page that allows you to create a new project. So for the purposes of this demo, I will just PIT demo 2. You create a new project. Once you've created a new project, you have the opportunity to upload files, and these files could be a record of your customers or their sales transactions with you. Or if you're in the lending business, you can also upload loan data that you have on the customers. Or if you're in the telco space, you can also upload that data as well. But if you're just a regular business, in fact, every business has a list of their customers, so you can upload a list of your customers. And then also if you have transactions or sales or interactions with your customers, you can also upload that as well. But in addition, remember that I mentioned that we have different tiers for the platform. So for the standard and enterprise tier, you can actually connect our platform to your live database so that you don't actually have to export and upload a file, but you can actually connect it to your live database or your data warehouse, and you'll be getting continuous insights on that data. So for the purpose of this demo, I will just select one of the files that was previously uploaded. And so the way this works is that imagine that in your data you've collected information about your customers, but that data is organized or named in a slightly different way. So this first interface lets you specify what field or what column in your data corresponds to the unique customer ID. What field corresponds to the date that those customers started using your service or they were registered for the first time. So in the case of, let's say, a lending business, could be the account opening date, but it could be anything else. If it's a retail business, this could be the date that the person, the customer purchased from you for the first time, right? And then all these other fields are optional, but if you have them, for example, you've collected the gender of your customers, or you have their name as well, using whatever system you have, or even their birth date, phone number, just look through any field that you have in your data, you specify that here, save, and then that is now on the platform. Now in addition, if you also have some transactional data, you can also select that, and then here, what is the transactional data? You need a field that identifies who is that unique customer. It could be their phone number, it could be their account number, it could be anything. So in this case, it's a lending business, so that is the loan account number, that's the unique identifier. That's fine. And then you have the transaction date where you specify on what column or what field in your data corresponds to when that transaction happened, either when the loan was given out or when the sale happened. Then you also specify the amount. Okay. Now this is all you need to do. This is all the hard work actually. Once you've done this and you've saved this, the platform generates insights based on the data that you've just uploaded and by you specifying what each field means. So for this portion, I will select, let me go back and select one of the projects that was set up already, just to show you how this works. I think it's still loading. But let me show you what that looks like. So imagine the customer data that you've uploaded had a lot of columns. Remember how I mentioned that there's a registration date? So what the platform does is it goes through every single field in your data, it analyzes that field, and it tries to tell you something about your customer base. So for example, there's a field that you collected that is describing the educational level of your customers. So some of them have master's degree, PhD. So you can see the distribution of your customers according to educational level. You can download any of these images and use them in your presentation, or you can just consume them on the platform. In the case of this data that we're working with, they also collected information about the gender of the customer, so you can also see that here as well. The gender distribution that is also generated for you. You can change the type of charts that is shown here in case you want to use it in a presentation or a report. You can do that. And then you can also view the individual records that are data that you uploaded. So you can view all the individual fields here. So there's address, there's biological age, there's birthday, there's a field called company, there's a country. You can enable all the other columns, any column that is in your data, no matter how big your data is. You can have 1,000 records, 1,000 columns, millions of records, it doesn't matter. You will be able to work with that data, search through it, find specific customers, and then look at that customer's profile. So for example, let me check for customer called John. Okay, so there's John here, so it matches either the address or the name of any of the names of the columns. So let me actually show the names of the customers. Okay, so it's showing a few customers here. So you can use this search feature to quickly find a specific customer that you are looking for. So let's say this is the customer that I was looking for, Charles Harris. For example, you click and the platform summarizes all the information that is available on that particular customer. But in addition, another very cool feature is that you can actually segment the customers that are on the platform based on different attributes that you have. So let me show what that looks like. So remember how in the data that was uploaded, there were different fields that described educational level, country, company, etc., etc., and even gender. So let's say gender. So let's say I want to create a segment of customers that I want to study or I want to look at who are male customers. And so I'll just click on this. This means I've selected just male. If I click on this, I'll select both male and female. But I want to select just male customers. So I'll say male customers. But you can add additional fields as well. So you can say, okay, I want male customers that have a certain marital status. So maybe male customers that are not married, for example. So unmarried male customers. And you could also add additional fields, like if, for example, the registration dates, you could select what registration period you are interested in. But for now, I'll just go with these first two filters. I save this, and you can see that immediately the platform tells me that in this customer base, there's 410 customers who are unmarried males, and they represent 9.43% of the total customer base. At this point, if I'm interested, I could want to see the list of those customers specifically. So to view the list of those customers specifically, you come back here. Let me just refresh this. So once you come back to this portal, you see. So this is the data that we had uploaded for the demo that I created earlier, right? And then you can see that it's telling us there's 4,346 records, which in this case is the number of customers, total customers that are there. It is automatically showing how those customers have been growing, the growth rate of those customers, because it knows, the platform knows when they registered. So it can tell you the growth rate, it can tell you the gender split, biological age distribution. But I remember we just created unmarried male customers as a segment. So once you select that segment here, you would see information about that segment of customers. You can also check out the specific records of those customers that fit that profile. And lo and behold, you can see that these customers are they are all male as well. So yeah, and these are the default insights, analytics that you get automatically from the platform. But like I mentioned, if a business has additional KPIs or metrics that they want to customize, they can also customize those reports for their specific business use case. But the idea here is that anyone within a company or a business should have the ability and the power to quickly obtain insights on their customer base, how they're doing, without necessarily needing any programming or coding skills. And it's just pointing and clicking and seeing lists and insights on the customer base. I would, I'll stop the demo here and stop sharing my screen as well in case there are any questions that the community has. I'll be happy to hear and answer them. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Are you still seeing my screen?
Yeah, sure. Oh, okay.
Great. So this is our website, very user friendly. Once you're here, you can browse around, watch some demo videos. You can download case studies. We have case studies on different industries. You just select what industry you're interested in, provide your contact details, and you'll be able to download the case study and read about that. And once you've downloaded the case study, or even before that, if you want to also talk to us, you can, with a click of a button, just request a demo or book a session on the calendar that is convenient for you. And yeah, we'll be able to speak with you as well. And then we also have on the website a few highlighted solutions. So credit scoring, we've just discussed that. There are other use cases as well. So if there's a use case that is of interest to you, for example, credit scoring, and you hit get started, you'll be taken to a page where you just have to provide some basic information, describe your context or your use case, and then we would immediately book an appointment with you to discuss further. And if it is a case where you can utilize our platform, you'll be set up and ready to go. But if it's a case where it's more of a consulting engagement as well, we will also discuss how you'll be able to support you.